Hey yo, what's good? It's your man, the Melanated God, aka the Plant Fuel Gangster, Geri D Fyniz. And right now, I want to talk to you for a little bit about my experience at DreamCon 2023. So first off, if you're new here, please do me a huge favor, like and subscribe, and also be sure to activate notifications so you can stay in tune with all of my new posts. So let's get to it. I want to talk for a little bit of time because I respect yours about my experience at DreamCon 2023. Now, DreamCon 2023 was held in Austin, Texas this year. This was my first time attending. I just want to say I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Shout out to RDC World for putting on such a dope conference. It was hot as hell, I will say that, but the conference was still good. There were good panels. There were also good activities. I mean, it was a whole lot of people there, but you know, it's Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas, baby. So I'm used to that. But I do, however, want to shed light on convention DreamCon in a non-biased type of way because, again, this was my first time attending. Now, I have been to conferences and conventions before, so dealing with crowds and things of that nature and certain hiccups that may occur when you're putting on such a huge event, I'm used to them. But at the same time, I still have to give my take on what occurred at DreamCon. So first and foremost, as far as the activities were concerned, they made sure to offer in a good blend of things for the anime lovers, people that were into cosplay, people that love video games, you know, even if you love sports, there was something for everybody. As far as the panels go, very knowledgeable. I mean, I attended a panel that basically talked about the influence, I should say, that Japan has on hip hop culture. That was real nice and everything. That was put together by the Houston Hip Hop Museum. Those people are real dope. The panel was real nice. There was a lot of back and forth from the crowd and everything like that. But one thing I do want to say is DJ Kool Herc did not invent hip hop. And I'm going to leave it at that. I went to a panel about monetizing your content. That was very helpful information. It gave us helpful information from the perspective of a content creator, a manager, somebody that does marketing, and also somebody responsible for a content creator's taxes. So that was real insightful, real helpful information I'm going to implement myself going forward. And I just love to be a part of that. To get into some of the things that I'm not going to say I didn't like, but they could have been better, I will say this. Now, we had the opportunity to download an app, a DreamCon app off of the iOS or the Android store in order to actually register for different modules and different events and activities and panels and things of that nature. One thing about that process that I did not like is if you were someone like myself who relatively gets up early so that I can kind of be that early bird getting worm, getting up early and getting into the app to complete the registration process was basically like not even worth it because as soon as the time that the app was unlocked for you to register, it was all haywire. I mean, the app was crashing. I think I was in the process of registering for an event and the app literally timed out on me and then I was kicked out and I couldn't even get back in. Now, luckily, I was able to register for what I wanted to, but it's like that still was a kind of a process that, honestly speaking, should have been kind of ironed out prior to that day, but it was all good. I wasn't complaining about it. But one thing I did take issue with was the fact that even if you did register for events or panels or things of that nature, there were people that were cutting the line. Now, nobody really got in front of me, preventing me from getting into stuff, but you know, for the people that were, you know, tens and thousands of people behind me, people were jumping in front of them. There was no type of crowd control. I did appreciate the fact that there was thorough security in the venue, but at the same time, once you were in line, it was like anything goes. People were saving spots for their friends that were lurking around. I mean, I did that myself too. But one thing I didn't like is people that weren't in line. They weren't standing in line for those hours on hours at a time. Were just walking up and bum rushing their way in. And that was crazy because, like I said, there was no crowd control. So that's something that maybe RDC World can kind of make sure they do next time, just to make sure that there are no issues with the next convention, because I plan on going to DreamCon again in the future. I just don't want to deal with that, though, because I don't want to get crazy in line. I'm standing in line for about an hour or two, and then somebody comes from outside, and they just hop in front of me, and then we going back and forth, and then fists may throw and everything. Nah, we didn't have to do that. So let's just make sure that isn't an issue. The second thing I took issue with, since it was in Austin and the Austin Convention Center does have like a connecting bridge to the Hilton Hotel, which also has some of the panels, I should say, inside of it. I didn't like the fact that you had to go through security twice once you were already inside of one venue. That didn't really make sense to me. I can see, like, if you're on the ground floor coming in off the street, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, go through the metal detectors, get your bag checked, all of that type of stuff. But once you're on the 6th floor and you walk in between the bridges, there should have been a way to already know that, okay, this person is literally coming from over there. They had to go to security to get over there. So if they're coming back and forth at the bridge, there shouldn't have been a process of going back and forth with that too. I mean, it got to the point that it was just redundant. You had to literally go through security going into the Austin Convention Center. You had to go through security when you're walking across the bridge on the 6th floor from the Hilton Hotel. It was crazy because it's like, why do we have to keep going through security if we already went through security like this? And it was security up there. There should have been a way to, like, once you went through, then maybe give you like a little wristband or something to know, oh, this person actually already came through security, so they don't have to go through the checkpoint. I understand safety. I understand making sure nobody had weapons and all of that type of stuff. But if I'm already in the building going into something else, I already went through security. I'm not going to the street. I can even see if I went to my car or something, I came back in, yeah, go back through security. But if I'm literally leaving from out of one venue into the connecting venue, I should not have had to go through security. But that's just my take on that. The last thing that I had an issue with, and this is not RDC World's fault, this isn't even DreamCon's fault. This is the people in attendance's fault. Not all. I would just preface with that. But some people, I don't want to stigmatize nerds or blurs because I'm one of them. I'm a blurred. But some of these blurs should have made sure that their right guard did not go left, that their degree could handle the degrees. I mean, because my God, all of those people inside that venue standing in line, some people were completely, disgustingly, obnoxiously musty. And I understand we were out in Austin, Texas, triple digits, all of that stuff, but that's why it's important to make sure you take a shower. And before someone says, well, how do you know someone's situation? You paid your money to come to DreamCon. It wasn't free. You paid your money. You had to pay your money inside the exhibit hall. You had to pay for food. You had to pay for a hotel. You had to pay for airfare. If you even think about the fact that hotels have soap in them. I know some don't have deodorant or whatever, but deodorant, come on now. What you gonna spend on some good quality deodorant? You're not gonna spend more than what, $5? Come on, get some deodorant and make sure you wash your behind. Wash your behind, put on some deodorant, and don't be in there just flat out musty, just being obnoxious with your BO. Like, for real. That was probably the biggest issue I had outside of the registration issues, outside of people cutting in line. The biggest issue I had was people being funky. People being funky. That was such a problem for me because we have to break the stigma of nerds just being people that don't care about their appearance or don't care about their body odor. They just want to be in anime, comics, and video games and all of that type of stuff. No, we smell good. We look fly. We get our hair done, all of that type of stuff. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your personal appearance and your body odor. So let's make sure going forward that that isn't an issue. For real. So like I said, that was my take. I wasn't trying to have you here long. I just wanted to share my opinion about my DreamCon experience 2023. It was dope. I really appreciate it. It was fun. I definitely will be back for the next DreamCon whenever they announce it. It was just a loving experience. I met so many cool people, took pictures with people that were cosplaying. And the event I should say I liked the most was the Family Feud. That was hilarious. AMP versus RDC World. And of course, RDC World got the W. It was real nice. Like I said, going forward, DreamCon, let's just iron out those wrinkles. Blurs in attendance. Make sure that you take a nice shower, put on some deodorant, put on some lotion, brush your teeth, all of that good stuff. There's no problem with being a blurred. Just make sure you're not a funky, dusty one. So it's your man, the Melanated God, aka the Plant Fueled Gangster, Geri D Fyniz, signing off. Peace.